Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares saw International Women's Day as the best time to appeal to the NCAA regarding female sports.
Biological males shouldn't be competing against female athletes, and they're cheering it on, and they're trying to defend it. And so we're here today to say no more. Let's protect women's sports.
Former high school volleyball player Peyton McNabb knows all too well about the potential danger of playing against biological males.
I was hit so severely by a transgender athlete that I was knocked unconscious, lying in a fencing position for about 30 seconds. And then from that, I sustained a concussion and neck injury that have long-term effects that I'm still dealing with today.
About 6 months following that injury, McNabb testified in the North Carolina General Assembly, which helped lead to the Women's Sports Act that prohibits students of the male sex from playing on middle, high school, and collegiate athletic teams designated for females.
It's not just about trophies, it's about equal opportunity, and that is what Title IX was created for, and we're seeing that teared away right in front of our eyes.
Meanwhile, inside the Virginia Beach Sports Center, Scanlon and others accuse the NCAA of denying a female athlete her chance to compete by selecting Sadie Schreiner, a biological male running for Rochester Institute of Technology, to run in its Division III national championships. Schreiner, who had previously broken 2 women's collegiate records, placed 9th in Friday's 200-meter race. Women's sports activist Riley Gaines tweeted, "Women's records mean nothing if they're set by men." Concerned Women for America agrees.
This is sex discrimination. I never thought I would see it in my lifetime.
Miyares blames the Biden administration for the NCAA's policy.
They tried to propose this regulation that says if you accept so much as $1 of money for your school lunch program for underprivileged kids, you have to accept the Biden administration's radical far left transgendered ideology of biological boys and women's sports locker rooms and on sports teams.
For now, the fight for fairness in girls' sports is still on, but women's groups and female athletes say they will not back down until this injustice and discrimination against female athletes ends for good. Wendy, Griffith, CBN News.
A debate that's heating up. Thanks, Wendy. Gordon, back to you.
If you're trans, I have nothing but compassion for you. I know you're not interested in my pity, but I have compassion for you. But at the same time, I have compassion for the women who want to compete in sports. As a biological male, you have certain biological advantages, both in terms of your bones, in terms of your height, weight, your muscles. All of that develops differently from women. And then when you decide that you want to change genders, it creates inequality in women's sports. You are biologically male physically if you want to mentally say I'm female and you want to go through that transition, that's your decision. But it should be society's decision that in terms of an equal playing opportunity, equal competition, you have to be biologically female from birth in order to compete. For me, this is just common sense. And why aren't we applying common sense? Why is there some ideology pressing this that's actually putting women at disadvantage? I don't get it. I don't see why it's being advanced by the Department of Education. But here's the wonderful news. The government of our wonderful constitutional republic is still we the people of the United States. So please, let your common sense voice be heard. Speak up on this issue. Don't sit around and say somebody else going to take it. We all have to stand together and say, this is unfair to women. And let us stand with women to say, you should have women's sports where you're biologically female.